Hey, Reverence, I need a recap from you a second time. Blame the random dice generator.
Okay. Let's see. We attempted to wrap things up at the warehouse and ensure that the two civilians were taken care of and the guard notified. Rev, Navali, and Leorin were followed by shadows that seemed to be gunning specifically for Rev, and once we determined that, we reconvened with everybody. We camped outside the city wall in a magical dome so that Celastra and Karito could have an opportunity to recover. In the morning, Wolves delivered a message to Rev indicating that they had been watching us for quite some time, and they knew sort of his whereabouts and his connections. And so we decided to start making arrangements to leave Dolvaran in an effort to go to the Rasahari Desert.
Would anyone like to add on to this, or is this good for everybody?
Leo failed to secure a teleportation circle from the Blue Cloaks.
That is true. Well, we can certainly pick up with the party's plans to get supplies. By all means, tell me exactly what the party is intending to do.
Oh, got supplies for start.
Well, I would hope so.
I think we'll just wing it.
Please don't.
Did either Navali or Rev talk about what they discussed with Azel and Linnell?
I would like it noted Celastra was there too.
Oh, okay. Did Celastra mention that?
I want to say no.
Rev talked about it a little bit when Crow sat down for that talk we all had, I think, right? I thought he mentioned it.
Do I know about the teleportation circle?
I'm going to leave that up to the party. It has not been mentioned on screen. I will let you know that.
Is everybody still together?
I mean, with the exception of Navali, the rest of you are sleeping in the Tandem Imperium, Navali sleeping in an inn with Permelia. You regroup probably daily, so there's no reason you can't be together.
I think we probably would have talked about it at some point.
Sure. Okay. I have opinions about this Rasahari trip. Can I field them?
Certainly.
Okay, these supplies are way more expensive than I thought they were gonna be. And if something goes wrong, we're totally fucked. So, you were talking about some sort of, like, magic circle that we can, like, go to with magic? Do you remember?
Azel said something about it, yes.
Yeah, so here's what I was thinking. I don't want to spend, like, 200 gold pieces on supplies to go to the Rasahari, so what if? Hear me out, what if we, like, went to that spot so that we could come back there later after going through the Rasahari? Bam! Instant escape.
Well, if there's a circle here, then I do need to see it for myself to cast the spell.
You're referring to the circle at the place where Linnell stayed, correct?
Yeah.
Out of character, was that, what, 2 weeks northwest?
Something like that.
Northeast. Northwest is the ocean.
Still be 2 weeks northwest.
2 weeks in the wrong direction. It is, so it would.
That being stated, it was actually about a week and a half. I'm looking at my own notes. About a week and a half on foot. You have mounts.
We have a couple mounts, actually.
You have Mira and you have two foxes that I'm I hesitate to say this, but it is true. I have forgotten their names.
Did we give them names?
Definitely did.
Had I been that important?
But with the party of 6, each of you doubling up, I would certainly allow you all to essentially be mounted and cut that travel time in half.
I think that makes sense then.
There is still the issue of finding out when Perm is about to leave the city.
Well, if we make a round trip to go take a look at the circle, it gives Perm a couple extra weeks to figure that out. Assuming we left and then came back to Dolveron before we went south.
Skarn, I have a question.
I probably have an answer.
So I looked at Find Steed and it says I can change the form in which the creature takes place.
In theory, however, I have kind of modified that to be that Find Steed is the god gives you it.
Okay.
Therefore, you could try to desummon and resummon and see what happens, but I'm not going to promise you that it actually changes.
Okay, because I saw that there was like a war horse on there, and I was potentially thinking if that might help speed things up, I might.
No.
Okay.
The biggest thing with the war horse versus the normal horse is they have a lot more hit points. But
Oh, gotcha.
your elk is actually very comparable to a war horse.
Okay. It also says I can turn it into a camel.
It's true. However, as stated before, it's a bit more house ruled into the your god controls that, not you.
Okay.
Well, I shall ask. Does the party want to do this different plan to get a teleportation circle under Leo's belt?
I think it makes sense.
Safer.
It would be good to have a safety backup.
Thumbs up.
Can you remind me, how long does it take to get to where we're going? Leo says in character.
I thought I heard a week and a half.
Sorry, I meant in the past the Savage Lands and all the locations that we're trying to see while we're down there.
If anyone would like to try and give a guesstimate to how long you'd be in the Rasahari, I'm going to allow 6 or possibly Celastra, simply because she has the highest wisdom, to give me a survival check.
I will try.
Yeah, if this is a binary 6 or Celastra, please just let Celastra do it.
No, it's both of you.
Ooh,
Ironically enough,
Never mind, I
Nice.
forgot.
Oh, okay.
good job.
Character actually has survival trained as well.
I'm aware that you have survival trained Karuto, but this is a little bit different because it's not about actually surviving. It's about figuring out the exact distance, which is slightly different.
Fair.
6. Celastra has no idea, is guessing based upon all these things. Oh, probably a few weeks. You recognize the Oasis of Flowers and know that that's on foot especially considering that most mounds do not like going through the desert and therefore would not be helpful. That alone would take approximately 3 weeks, possibly 4. And going from there to the City of Winds, which you also want to go to, would be another 2 to 3 weeks. That being stated, you're not completely sure if even that is completely accurate, because when traveling through an area like this, it's very hard to guess how long it actually takes because so many things can go wrong.
Okay, so I haven't been there for a while, but judging by what we know, average take gonna be like 3 to 4 weeks to get to the Oasis of Flowers, and another 3 weeks beyond that to get to the City of Winds, and that's if nothing goes horribly wrong. It could also go easier, depending, but we're not going to be able to take our mounts. The foxes are going to hate the sand and aren't going to be able to run in it. And Mira, sorry, she's going to get eaten.
Will we be able to carry enough for that long?
That's a good question.
Is it possible we might be able to find somebody who is perhaps going to go the same way? A trader, perhaps?
Would I know anything about that?
So when you were younger, it wasn't uncommon in order to get trade over into this land. You know that that has stopped almost completely due to, I don't know, giant monsters.
So that used to be pretty normal, but now with all the monsters, it's slowed down a lot. But most traders probably aren't as skilled at fighting giant monsters as we are.
Additionally, sand eventually has to go down there.
Yeah, I'm also going to adjust my mic because it's a little quiet. Anyway, Sand has to go back too. So maybe we could ask him.
It's a good idea.
I mean, it's also possible that, like you said, traders aren't exactly as well versed in fighting monsters. It could be a bargain for us, a group of adventurers, to take them across the sands.
Oh man, Rasahari
For
love
protection.
bargains.
Well, then they might be interested in a big group of adventurers who know how to fight monsters.
We could ask Permilia, Sand, and VD to look into that while we get the circle set up.
And where did we determine that the circle would bring us?
Well, the purpose of the circle is for the return trip.
Oh, okay.
It's somewhere nearby. I remember hearing it was like a week and a half out on foot, but we could take our mounts there. Like, what do you got to do? You just got to like look at it, Rev, and then you can like she pantomimes waving her hands doing magic, and then we go back there.
Rev will kind of look at Leo, but he'll say that's, I believe, what Azel said.
I wasn't present for your conversation with Azel, but the spell that I've worked on is a little bit more complicated than that. Requires chalk to create a replica of the circle wherever you are, and then a variety of incantations.
Belatedly, I accidentally asked Rev when I meant to ask Leo because Autumn was one of the last. Rev was one of the last people to speak. But yeah, that question was at Leo. It's more complicated how?
I have to memorize it and draw it exactly, and it takes 10 minutes to do. So it's, I think it takes an hour for me to actually copy it in the detail that I need to, but then 10 minutes to cast it when I need to. Suffice to say, it's if we see it, I will take care of it. We just need to get there and give me some time with it.
Okay, that sounds easy.
Once you have that image of it, are you always able to travel to it from anywhere?
From anywhere with a drawing surface, we should probably get a tarp of some kind, just in case I need to cast it from within the desert. I don't think I can cast it on sand, but yes. I say this, and Leo's sort of like looking at Six in the sort of shy, meek way that he has recently, but also at Rev. I say this just so that it is said, but acquiring the circle does mean that by the time we reach the City of Winds, the pale moon will have already risen. We're cutting it pretty close. If we had left a week ago, let alone if we leave today, adding 2 weeks onto that, we should be just aware of that.
Yeah, if we would have left 3 months ago. Bro, I'm not worried about the pale moon rising, and I never was.
Well, I said my piece.
Okay. It sounds like we're on board to go find this circle and have Leo work his magic. Does anyone have a problem with this?
I like the plan.
Me
I'm
too.
interested to learn more about these circles.
She nods. I don't know anything about them either. I think that your idea, who was it, Navali, to get Promelia and our other guild members to get on finding a Rasahari trader is a good idea. I'll leave that to you.
To Navali.
Yeah.
Sure. Should I then I will stay back in town?
No, just like today. Also, Six is looking at Rev while she's giving orders to make sure that this is like okay, and she's not stepping on his toes.
I will nod.
Yeah. I can get into looking at some travel supplies if you want to go to Promelia while that's happening.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
And we're all going to get the circle. We're just sort of spending a day here to get things in order. Is that my understanding?
Unless anyone is opposed.
Very well.
Okay. Continue. It sounded like you're about to say something. Six.
Just going off of what Leorin said, I don't think that we should split up. We should all go. We're anticipating that this will be peaceful and easy, but if we run into resistance, we'll want our full group, especially with some of the monsters that we've been having to fight recently.
Makes sense.
Agreed.
Should we, while Navalia talks to Permilia and Six goes to look for supplies, would it be wise to see if our patron can settle things for Permilia to join us, or see if they can help out at all? Or is there anything that perhaps we could do?
It is my understanding that our patron is aware of this circumstance, and I think the timeline just is what it is.
Sure. I suppose we go do things then.
We go in pairs. I know that the letter stated that those beings weren't going to fuck with us anymore right now, but I don't know how much I believe that.
And of course, we are never safe in the city regardless.
She nods in agreement.
Well, at least not fully safe. It is still better than the world's.
Oh, while you're all here, there's one more matter I wanted to bring up that I didn't get a chance to previously. Before he said his goodbyes, Butcher gave all of his money to me. And he instructed me to buy meat from Mother Marigolds. I negotiated. I think I got a good deal. But they're set for 3 months.
That was generous of him.
Yeah.
Rev, could you roll me history? Yeah, don't worry about it.
I have the name of the butcher somewhere. I don't remember it. Anyway, there was talk about this being like a trial period, and if business is good, they might be interested in working with us again in the future. I don't know a lot about the rates and everything, so if one of you wants to come with me, I told them that we're with Shield of the Outcast, so they can send letters to us.
I wouldn't mind accompanying you if you'd like.
She nods. Okay. Supplies. Soloster with me?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And out of character, so are you looking for supplies and rations? Like you're just taking care of all of it?
More looking to stock up on travel supplies to go to the circle.
Oh, gotcha.
Since we've been in town for a while, I don't know what the situation is like, and it might be good like to get fresh food for our mounts, etc.
Well, I suppose I can do this fairly quickly. I'm just asking, who is buying supplies and exactly what are you going for at the moment? Is it mostly just rations and horse feed? Well, fox feed?
Rations, fox feed, also adventuring supplies, a couple fresh lengths of rope, some torches, things that might be useful for travel. A tarp, since Leorin mentioned needing a tarp to do this spell. Additionally, supplies for our wagon. If our wagon were to break down, we might be able to fix it, etc.
Oh, you're going for lots of supplies.
I'm trying to be
Understood.
prepared.
This is great. I'm going to get you an exact price point in a moment. However, I can easily distract everyone by going, "Hey, Navali, do you take anyone with you to go talk to Permelia?"
I mean, unless somebody wants to go with her.
We talked about being in pairs because of present danger, so Leo can come.
Right? Then Navali's taking Leo to go see Perm.
It's not going to take you too long to find her. She's not trying to hide from you. By all means, tell me exactly what you would like to talk to her about, as she will just find a table in the inn to have this conversation.
Navali will explain that they plan on going to check out this circle. It should take about 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half to get there, and then another week and a half to get back. And then, yeah, Navali will basically just go over everything that they said in the discussion that we just had.
And if she has time, to see if there's any caravans.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know at the very least I've been having Sand protect VD, and he says he needs to head back soon. I can see how much it would cost him to go with us. I'll look.
That would be great. We'd really appreciate it. You have some time. Like I said, it could take a couple weeks before we get back.
I'll
Maybe
make
by
sure
then.
everything's ready.
Maybe by then we'll find out about your situation here.
That would be lovely.
Are you gonna be all right? Couple weeks that we're gone.
I'm going to be fine. I just want to make sure that you will, and I can't really do that.
Leo, were we gonna leave tomorrow or are we gonna leave today?
I don't know, but I think it's very possible that we would leave today.
Do you think it would be possible if perhaps Perm and I just got to have a couple hours before we leave together?
Of course, I mean, I suppose I could. Is
I can
VD
take
around? Is kind of what I'm looking for. Like, is
She is not, no.
okay.
I can take you back, Leo. That's no problem. I just want to maybe spend a little bit of time with Perm before we leave.
I can hang here just to get a booth or something, if that's fine.
Are you certain?
I have some reading to do.
All right, then Perm, are you free for a couple of hours?
She looks down at a couple of things that she seemed to be thinking about doing and calmly puts them away. I am, yes.
All right. Leo, if anything comes up, please reach out to me and I will be here. All right?
Sure.
All right. Okay. I will be back in a couple hours.
Where do you take Permelia?
I just take her on a nice little date around town. Maybe we'll check out the Bunnery again, or if she wants a restaurant that she wants to go to.
All right, cute lesbian date. Go ahead and mark off another silver for that.
Yep.
Makes sense. 6, could you tell me exactly what you're intending to buy again? How many rations, I think, is the biggest thing I need to know.
So it was estimated at a week and a half on foot. With mounts, it's half that.
Yeah, it would probably be 5 to 6 days.
Okay, let's be cautious then and get 2 weeks worth of rations. So worst case scenario, we still have food. Supplies in case our wagon breaks down. 2 lengths of rope. And perhaps half a dozen torches.
So the biggest cost of this is the rations because it's 2 weeks for 6 people.
Makes sense.
But you're able to get everything that you're going to need for 60 gold.
Okay. Do I get the impression they're overcharging me?
Roll me insight. You get the impression that you are being slightly overcharged, not dramatically overcharged. Probably about 20% over what it should be.
Okay. Is haggling something that happens in Dulveran, like ever?
You've never seen it, but at the same time, you oftentimes, when you're shopping, try to do so anyway because you're used to it.
That's fair. I'm going to try. You're overcharging me for this. I'll counter with, and then I'll counter with like 5% over normal.
Please choose me a charisma roll that you'd like to roll, and simply I will allow it. You know what? That makes sense. They are afraid of the fact that you're heavily armored, a guild member, and the fact that you are a demi, with all of that being true, is one of those things. If this doesn't make sense and you have some actual authority, you can get it all for 50 gold.
As soon as a fairer price is given, Six drops the intimidating act and goes back to being normal.
Good call, Six.
Thanks. Was there anything that you think we would need, Celastra?
I think we have it covered for this journey. I'm sure we'll make a longer list for the next one.
She nods. Is it fair to charge this to the guild fund?
Yeah, I was already updating it.
Cool.
Rev, they're taking your job away.
That's fine.
As we're sort of coming away from this, I aside to Celastra, you know, we've been through too much, and we've killed too many monsters to take this sort of shit. So I'm just not
Right?
gonna.
I don't blame you. Someday we'll earn some respect around here.
Yeah.
Reverence, Karuto. Do you
Hello.
do anything while everyone else is doing these things?
Question: Is this this isn't the long journey? Yeah, this isn't the perilous one.
Correct. This is
Okay,
actually
cool.
going to be a pretty easy journey.
Then no.
Anyway, I'm going to roll on a bunch of random tables and have something horrible attack you, probably.
I mean, of course you are, because you're you. But you know.
Rev would like to talk to Crow if she's around.
Yeah, she's around. She looks as if she is still doing a lot of studying, but the moment that you're like, I would like to speak with you before you're too busy, she will put things away and be ready to do so.
Right. Hello there.
Hi.
You know, we've had this conversation before in which I begin with, I don't know that much about magic, but I was curious about something. Is there any magic that you're aware of to, like if someone writes something down, detect who the author is, something like that?
That's complicated. Like your words? Is the ink magical, or is this just words on the page?
Just words on the page as far as I'm concerned, I think.
In theory, yes, but it's hard to tell if it would go direct. Are you personally writing it down, or is a scribe writing it down? Because that matters.
Think about that. Never mind.
No, this is. I'm sorry, I just need as much information as possible because magic can be very finicky and very precise. There are ways to identify you from your writing. However, it is fairly high level spellcraft and expensive oftentimes. Uh, Most likely, what someone might do is if they have one of your things, simply use a scrying spell. But if that is the case, then if you have the ability to see invisible, you'd be able to find that out almost immediately.
I see. Thank you, Crow. This gives me much to think about.
I feel like I didn't answer anything, but you're welcome. Are you worried about the V word still chasing you down?
They left a very stern message on paper, which is why I was asking.
Oh. Um. Hmm. So there is another alternative. I personally. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. This gets. Maybe I could help, but I need time to prepare and a lot of money.
And if you had these things, what could you find something out about?
If you're looking for a name or a person, possibly, yes.
How much time and how much money would you need?
Oh, in order to get everything prepared, maybe 3 weeks, and the amount of money is about 400 gold pieces.
My compatriots and I are going to go on a very short journey, a few, I think, days away and back. Could I give you an answer when we return? I want to discuss it with them.
Of course, you're still allowed here. I don't think anyone has told me to kick you out yet.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Crow.
Right, so I'm gonna go do a bunch more reading about another thing. Um, Bye.
Goodbye.
She immediately wanders off to go pick up a different book.
Um, I am wondering if it's a good investment of time, or maybe whenever Permilia gets back to add onto her to-do list to see if she can secure uh, the supplies that we will all need to go to the Savage Lands. Like if she can look into a mass purchase while we're gone, because sometimes it takes time to get supplies at that quantity together. But out of character, the the amount of supplies it would take to go to the Savage Lands for a like 6 to 7 week venture, is that if we don't have a wagon or a caravan that we're following, is that something people can reasonably carry?
I will say it's something that you can reasonably carry, yes.
Okay.
You are all fairly hardy people with backpacks. You can carry a lot of food on you.
Well, probably it's fine then.
Well, I will ask, is there anything else you'd like to do before you begin your travels to get a teleportation circle?
Nope.
It doesn't seem that way.
You begin your travels to get a teleportation circle. Please excuse me, roll some random events. I will ask. During the day's journey, is there anything in particular that you intend to be doing other than traveling? Like, is there any conversations you would like to be having?
Does this travel take us through? It does not take us through the winery. No, it would not.
It does not. In theory, I suppose you could take a detour, but it would not, no.
I do sort of give the party the rundown on what Celastra and I did. Like, hey, we went and got some supplies. They were trying to rip us off, but we got a better deal. We're a little over-prepared. We've got 2 weeks of supplies and some wagon repair stuff in case something goes wrong.
What did Linnell tell us about this place? Is it... or should we be expecting anything going wrong?
Yeah. Bro, trouble finds us.
I'll ask, does Navali reverence or Celestra remember, first of all, that Linnell didn't tell you about this place, and second of all, where it is? Exactly what could be there.
Hazel told us that it's an abandoned manor, I believe, where Linnell stayed for a time. And it's on the border of Iridian territory, I believe. So we need to be careful.
Sure. Of course, I think, should it be possible, should there be anybody who owns the circle, we will want to make sure it's secure, so that way if we ever use it, we don't find trouble on our way in.
Well, I know this party has a tendency to enjoy their long rest to have conversations. I'm simply going to let you know the first 4 days go by without incident. But is there any conversations you'd like to have during that time?
I think Rev wants to talk to Navali.
Sure. I imagine, is it like as we're walking, or is it like during a nightly
Several
rest?
times of long rests, so it's up to you.
Then I think Rev would approach her like before the first like watch of one of these rests when it's still sort of daytime-ish going into evening. And he would approach her. And did Mira join us? Is that correct?
Yeah, I imagine Mira and the foxes are with us.
I'm also going to say Steluna's probably with you too, just hanging off the antlers.
Yeah.
The Steluna appeared to be asleep.
Roll perception or insight. Looking closely, it does appear that she is asleep, though probably on the verge of waking up. Every now and then you see twitching. There's a good chance that this nocturnal creature knows that the sun is going down.
Rev is going to start walking and kind of gesture for Navali to follow him and go a good distance away from Mira and Steluna.
Navali follows. Is there something you wanted to speak about?
There is, and I don't know how to approach this, so I'm just going to say it. Um, as I mentioned before, I had been monitored for quite some time by these vampires. And Crow informed us that they have control over rats, bats, and wolves.
Do you believe Steluna is under their control?
I don't know. That's what I wanted to bring to your attention.
Hmm. That is concerning. I guess I wonder if we picked up Steluna back when we were at the caves.
I was going to ask if you could refresh my memory. Didn't Steluna just sort of follow you?
mm, what I remember is we saw some bats in the cave, and then when we left, I think she might have just snuck into my bag. Skirt, if that's how I remember it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you did play with the bats a little bit just before you left and fed one of them. So it might have snuck into your bag because you showed you had food in the bag.
That's fair. Navali will relate that.
So you played with him, you fed one, and then one. You said you found one in your bag.
Yes. I I might be able to perhaps maybe check with Mira to see if Steluna has been with her the majority of the time. At the very least, I feel like the two of them have just been around each other mostly. But if this is a concern, then I could perhaps maybe find a place for Steluna to stay that to be of, harm for her. Maybe somebody can take care of her while we're gone.
I mean, I hate to admit it because I do understand that you've bonded, but if if you would be amenable to that.
Of course. No, I understand. It's uh I just would like to at least find her someplace nice that she can stay at. Perhaps while we figure this out. Part of me does want to believe that since we since I believe she came from the caves that perhaps it's not anything serious, but let me also check with Mira to see if maybe Mira can give me an answer or two.
If I agree, but just be discreet and otherwise act as though we did not have this conversation. Just in case. I know I'm perhaps being a bit paranoid, but
No, it's all right. I understand.
He nods.
Skern, with that in mind, when night rolls around, Navali is going to encourage Staluna to go take a flight. And when Staluna is far enough away,
Please
she
roll me
will
handle animal.
handle animal. Okay. Let's see. Handling. Yeah.
You kind of gesture to make the bat fly away, and the bat instead lands on your finger and then kind of bounces around the area. You know that it's still keeping very close to you.
Okay. Perhaps I'll another night then. And she'll just continue to pet Staluna.
The bat seems to enjoy being pet.
I'm just gonna have Navali attempt to try to do that again the next couple of nights.
I'll let you do it 2 more times.
Alright.
Yes, if someone else would like to do something, feel free.
Oh yeah.
No, just keep going. Karuto wanted to consult with his sake bottle. So he's not going to be like private about it. He's probably gonna like be off to the side, but not hiding or anything. And he kneels neck down and pours into a large cup and asks the question, what would happen if I left this the sake bottle with Tushiyuki while we traveled?
You see an image of Tushiyuki pouring it into the bowl many times.
But his surroundings don't seem like they change.
They
right?
don't change. You can tell that he's in the same inn that you see him go to almost every night.
Karuto looks visibly relieved. But that's all he wanted to ask.
Did my 10 do anything?
The 10, it goes a little bit further away, but you're still pretty sure it's within bat hearing range and doesn't seem to want to fly away much further.
I believe I can talk with Mira telepathically, though.
Correct.
Mira, I would like you to give me 2 stomps of your foot for yes and 1 stomp for your foot for no. Do you understand?
Looks at you for a moment. You feel a slight bit of confusion in your head before it stomps its foot once.
Don't understand. Has Staluna been with you for the Have you seen Staluna fly off for a long period of time?
Stomps its foot once.
Okay. Has she been with you then? Most of the time in Dulveran, has she been with you?
You feel a bit of a tingle over your forehead as this happens, as if there's warmth, an emotion that's hard to quite identify. Like, it seems as if it's almost friendly. Go ahead and roll me insight. You're not quite sure what Mira is thinking, but she does stomp her foot again.
Do you trust Luna?
There's another fleeting emotion that kind of goes into your head. It feels almost as if there is a flash of color almost in the sense of, oh, there's definitely something there, but I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. And Mira doesn't seem to know whether or not she should stomp her foot and just kind of stares at you.
If you see her do something odd, I would like you to tell me as soon as you feel it or you see it. Understand?
One stomp.
She will give Mira a treat.
She will happily eat off your hands.
And I will relay to Rev sort of what she got from Mira when they are alone and Staloon is asleep.
I see. Thank you.
Yes. I will keep an eye on her in the meantime, but Mira will also let me know if something comes up.
Rev nods. He seems satisfied.
Is there anything else anyone intend to do during the first few days of travel?
I'll just say that Leo, this is the first time Leo may have seen Karuto use the bottle. And he just makes a mental note to. He sort of like observes that it happens and thinks to himself, but then doesn't press. Which is ultimately just to say Leo's still catching up on lots of the goings on, and he is sort of hyper aware, having only been with the group back with the group for a short time and being a week on the road. He's sort of trying to pick up the little details of things that he may have missed.
Makes sense. On the fourth day, it's about midday. I'm going to ask, who do you believe is leading your expedition? I always love it when the party doesn't volunteer someone.
Probably either Karuto or Six.
Yeah, because Garrett got the highest perception, and Six is the sort of the frontliner. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Perhaps
do you wanna
both
flip?
of them.
Yeah, maybe they get in shifts, or the both of them.
Actually, let's back up a second. I'm going to ask a secondary important question. You're all doubling up on mounts. Who's with who?
I imagine that Mira's probably the only one who can carry Navali.
The foxes are huge, they could, but you're probably still on Mira because it's literally, you can mentally control her.
Yeah.
But Navali plus someone. Who's with you?
I mean, Celastra kinda has to ride in the cart, right?
That does make sense. Though I'm pretty sure Celestra could make a custom mount that she can kind of wrap around either the fox or Mira if she needs to.
Yeah.
Just clinging to Mira's middle.
I imagine Leo's in the cart as well.
Fair enough.
Karuto, you and I on a fox?
Yeah, that makes sense, because we can like go off and scout stuff, and we can work together as a team if
Yep.
we need to.
Completely makes sense.
Yeah.
In that case, I would like Six and Karuto to roll me perception.
Okay.
Six, as you're traveling across the roads, you notice very quickly that you're further than you've ever been to the northeast now. You quickly note a couple of things that are different from when you were further south. In this area, it becomes much hillier. You notice that oftentimes your vision gets blocked by either a mixture of trees, hills, or very long grass. So you have to be paying very close attention. Additionally, you don't actually see many other cards coming your way over the past few days, which always makes you feel a little bit uneasy, but there's always the sign of just other animals nearby that make everything a bit simpler for you. This time, you notice that most animals seem scared, and as you try to figure that out, you look to the sky and see a very large bird seemingly swooping about, as if it caught your scent and is investigating you. As you point this out to Karato has already figured out that there's at least one very large bird who has been landing and taking off flight again from nearby hills. But there's actually two of them that seem to be actively following your party. They stay fairly far away, and from Six's mind, well, it's a large bird, but it's probably something that she can imagine the size of. But Karato quickly realizes that these things are likely large enough that they can pick up Mira in a single swoop. Mira and anyone riding Mira at the same time.
So I would say that Karato is probably controlling the mount because Karato. Actually, no. Well, I guess I can tell animal handling, and it probably makes sense to tell animal handling because we're doing a lot of traveling with my Whispers of the Dead. So I'm going to untag Arcana and tag animal handling.
Totally fine with that. Makes sense to me.
Karato. Obviously, they have like a minor conversation about like, oh look, there's a bird, and Karato takes a moment of like mental calculation, and then turns the fox and sort of rides back toward the column at a fairly brisk pace. He pulls up next to Rev's mount, which I'm guessing he has a fox also himself.
Probably, yeah, because everyone else is on the cart or on Mira.
Exactly. And explains to him that there are birds following us. They are of considerable size, abnormal size. I'm not certain as to related to your letter, or if this is something else entirely. Either way, they would not be hard pressed to make a surprise attack if they wanted to. I don't know how long they've been following us for.
Rev will actually flag down 6.
Six is on the map behind him.
I saw one of them too. We should be ready for a fight. They're big enough to come after Mira. I'm concerned. There's lots of tall grass that we could hide in. My gun might be able to scare them off as well. I'd say be alert and have your ranged weapons prepared. If they try to swoop after us, we use the terrain to our advantage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Navali, did you hear all that?
I'm pretty sure she did, yeah. Given her keen hearing.
Yeah, I figured. If we feel threatened or like we're in danger, let's pull the cart and our mounts into one of these lower portions between the hills. It means they'll have a harder time getting to us, and we'll more be able to strike back if they make a swoop at us.
At the very least, if they take Mira, I can dismiss her.
What?
Yeah, I can just make her poof.
What? Does that kill her?
No,
What?
she just comes back.
Is this paladin shit?
It's paladin shit.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
I guess we continue on with caution.
I'm gonna have my gun equipped for what it's worth. Take the claws off, get the gun out.
They continue forward, though I assume you take 6 of their advice, and instead of going directly by the road, you go closer to in between the hills, thus making sure they have less of an easy swooping advantage.
Yes.
Karuto, you definitely notice that they don't stop following. And as you get between 2 hills and continue to move forward, you definitely realize that the 2 birds have split up. One has gone slightly ahead of you, and the other goes slightly behind you. You understand this is definitely a predatory, they're preparing to strike.
Karito whistles to catch Rev's attention and points to the one ahead. And
Additionally,
then
I should point out that you never stop moving, and you realize that these birds must be very fast.
Yeah, Karito whistles to get Rev's attention and then points to the one ahead and then holds up a hand. He's also going to look around for like basically anything that might give them an advantage, like a sort of overhang or a shelter or just something which will stop something easily getting at them from the air.
You notice some rocks, some trees. Again, there is some tall grass that you can, in theory, try to, at the very least, hide within, and they might grab grass instead of you if you dive into there.
Let's go. Desperation hiding.
So I hear desperation hiding. I'm for it, though I have additional questions.
Huh?
Namely, do you just how are you hiding the big animals?
That's a good question. And we could use them as bait, Karito suggests to Rev.
I mean, is that a fight we want to invite? How large did you say they were again?
They're preparing to come at us regardless. I don't think we have a choice.
Once again, Rev will look to 6.
We use the grass to our advantage. Those who can hide do. We use the element of surprise to overwhelm the first when it strikes. Then we'll be ready to take care of the second. Saving the mounts is a priority. I'm going to get down in the grass.
If we have a minute, I can contain the mounts, but then I can't fight.
If you're talking about using hut, I'm going to tell you if it's a large creature, it breaks the hut immediately.
Oh,
Navali,
Yes.
I hate to say this, but you said Mira you can dismiss, or
Yes. I
uh,
can just dismiss her.
how about she's our bait?
Sure. Just I can instruct her to run out and try to look tasty, I guess.
Good
Look
idea.
alluring.
anybody wants to fly for this fight, I can make that happen. But I can't catch you if you fall.
I think I'll pass.
Karito.
Hmm.
You and me in the tall grass?
He nods.
6 looks at the others. I'm going to hide. I've got my gun. If one of them takes a swoop, I'll knock it down to the ground.
Rev nods.
So it sounds like you intend to use Mira as bait and just start preparing for a fight.
Debating about summoning my spear.
Rev is gonna transform for sure.
Yeah, sure, why not? Navali will summon her spear.
Well, for the sake of my own sanity, the moment that it's clear that a fight is going to break out, do you dismount from your foxes? I would assume you do.
Yes, I'm specifically going to try to hide from the birds in the grass.
It sounds like that was Karuto plan 2.
Yeah.
So Karuto, 6, please both roll me stealth. And you notice that as you dismount and the foxes seem to be able to sense that a fight is coming and seem to scatter and hide themselves. And they seem very good at that.
Hell yeah, Foxy Brothers.
Can I send Mira out?
And yes, I assumed that you follow the plan and you send Mira out to be bait.
I basically instruct Mira to like let me know as soon as she gets caught, or if she gets caught, to just like give me that feeling.
This completely makes sense to me. I was just setting up a map for no reason. Okay. You send Mira a little bit off. You maneuver the cart so therefore it's not going to be destroyed or taken. And also this way, if any of these birds grab the mounts, it doesn't take all your supplies. And as Mira goes off for just a moment, you notice one of them swooping in directly towards her. And I'm going to ask, do you see if they just go after Mira, or do you immediately engage when it's swooping towards Mira?
That's up to the party.
And one would assume, since we have a lot of like melee people, that we want at least to give them a chance to strike a blow before it retreats. So probably wait for it to strike Mira, in my opinion.
I'm basically asking, do you see if the rocks disengage after getting one of them, or do you wait until they fight the party?
Wait, don't give away our position.
Yeah, I'm with 6 in.
Should we all be rolling stealth in this circumstance then?
If the rest of you intend to hide, then yes. Salastra and Navali, you do have disadvantage.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Woohoo! I am not a stealthy snake.
Okay,
Don't
I'm a
worry,
giant
she's not
bunny.
a stealthy bunny.
Yep.
All of you feel extremely well hidden. You're almost positive that even a bird's eye view wouldn't catch you, except you all hear metal directly next to you. And part of it is Salastra. It's very hard for you to stop moving. And part of it is Navali's very tall. And you can all clearly see that even if she gets in this tall grass with the rest of you, her head is still sticking out of the top, even when
Those
she's
little
bent
bunny
over.
ears. The little bunny ears.
So first, you all see a gigantic bird in a split second dive down, grab Mira, and I'm gonna roll to see if Mira just takes lethal damage on the grab.
That hits.
Yikes.
Plus 13 to hit. Ugh.
You guys will be fine. You're level 9. You see talons dig directly into Mira, and Mira's body just in a mix of meat suddenly completely dissipates away. You don't get a chance to desummon her. And
Is the bird confused?
the bird is super confused as it actually lands on the ground, completely baffled to what just happened.
I mean, I say that's a charge.
What is the second one doing?
As you say, what is the second one doing? 6, you look to the side and see that it is slowly coming towards Navali, very clearly seeing the bunny ears.
Okay.
I am going to move you to initiative. You guys will be fine, I swear.
6 shouts, let's fucking go!
Loses her stealth.
We didn't have stealth anyway.
No, most of you had stealth, just Celestra and Navali didn't. So anyway, we're going to take a short break, and then you're going to fight these things.
Ah,
Yeah.
So, as one of the birds claws directly into Mira and rips her asunder, and an almost holy light seems to evaporate from the former elk. Celestra, you are actually. You know what? You're tied and you're not against each other. I'll let you two decide. Does Celestra or Navali act first?
Do you want to go first? No? Okay, I can go first.
I will mention with the wing icon, the number is how many tens of feet they're up. The red one is currently 80 feet up.
Oh, damn.
Hey. Hmm.
The other one landed to try to kill Mira, successfully killed Mira, and was too confused to go back up.
So it's currently on the ground.
Yes.
Let's see.
Additionally, I will say you said you grabbed your spear.
Yes.
I added your icicles.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm thinking. I might need a moment. Okay. I think I'm gonna try something. Okay. So you said the bird that is with the wings, it's 8 feet up in the air?
80.
80 feet. Oh boy.
10, there's a 0 past that 8.
So it's 50 feet away and then 80 feet up in the air.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try something. I am going to cast command at level 2.
What
It
is
says
the
that
range of command?
it's 60 feet, but I get an additional 30 feet for every level past level 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's 90 feet.
Yeah, no, totally works.
She's going to use a level 2 spell for command, and she's going to point up at the flying bird and say grovel.
Okay. I have to check something because it might not understand you. You know what? I'm going to roll a d20. I'm going to let you know if I roll a 10 or above, It understands you, and thus command works without issue.
Okay.
It understands you.
Sweet.
Yay.
That is a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Let me check. Yes. Damn. Okay. Well,
Oh, I mean, it was a very good try.
it was a very good try. Okay, then let's see.
I'm curious, OC. Commander say it won't do it if it's harmful to it. So I'm guessing grovel would have just been it flies down, lands.
Correct.
Yes.
It would
Yeah.
be its turn of it flies down, lands, doesn't take any damage, but
Yeah.
that's still
Okay.
useful.
Yeah, I
Mhm,
would have put it on the ground, is my
100%.
thinking.
100%.
Okay. All right, then if that doesn't work, I'm going to let's see. Let's see, I moved from 5, 10, 20. I'm gonna go back 5, 10, 25, I think. Dang. Okay, it's still far away from me. Okay. Naval can't do anything. So I'm just gonna have her be right here.
Okay.
Ready to take on something if she needs to. And that's her.
Flostra.
So Lastra is going to cast Sacred Flame on the bluebird.
Dex save, I believe.
Correct.
Fails, takes 12 damage. Your sacred flame burns across its feathers, and it seems to squawk in pain.
And that will be all.
Now that it has taken damage, it looks towards. It can only see Celestra and Navali currently, as the rest of you did a much better hiding job. And a single flap, it takes flight again and rushes straight for Navali, seemingly going at incredible speeds. Navali,
Mhm.
its beak goes straight at you.
All right. That is a hit.
Oof.
That's piercing.
That is piercing.
Second.
That was a
I'm
high
going to
roll.
use
That's
I'm gonna
extremely
use-
high roll.
I'm gonna use my reaction to spend 3 icicles and roll 1d6 to reduce the damage.
Makes sense. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, roll 3d6.
Take 24 instead.
All right.
And then as its beak goes into you, its talons suddenly veer up,
That is a miss.
and you manage to just duck out of the way as it then you get attack of opportunity as it flies upwards.
All right, Navali will take it. She's using her spear. I'm also marking that I have used 3 icicles.
Just barely misses as some of the feathers seem to get chilled, but not enough to actually pierce into it, and is now 40 feet above you. It looks like it was trying to grab you and take it with you.
Gotcha.
I believe that's the end of its turn. Hey, 6.
From my position in the grass, I'm observing these two birds. What is their posture, intent? Does it look like Blue is fleeing? Can I even tell?
I will allow you either to roll animal handling or insight. They didn't get a meal. They want to take one of you as their next meal. Possibly at least 2 of you.
Gotcha. Okay. Am I hidden?
You are currently hidden.
Okay, crouching down in the grass, I'm going to prep my gun, and then with a gigantic blast, I am going to take aim at... We'll do blue because it's closer.
Sure.
Trip
That is a
attack.
hit.
Trip
Okay.
attack.
Oh shit.
That is a strength saving throw, correct?
DC 18.
I want you to look at its modifier and understand why I'm so sad.
Okay, I have to describe this. Six finally has her mother's gun back in her hands. She has shot it once in practice. With careful practice and unbelievable confidence, she calmly kneels down, aims upward, takes aim, and shoots the fucking shit out of this bird.
Please roll me the damage.
That is for the weapon plus trip attack's bonus damage.
So hold on, I'm just gonna. Oof.
33 damage as you slam the bullet straight into its wing and it spirals out of control. And Navale, you see it land directly in front of you, screeching in pain.
Nice shot.
I'm then going to shoulder my gun, grab my claws, and run into melee with it.
"22 hits."
Oh, dang.
Another 8 points of slashing damage. I turn around and I shout at the bush, "They're hungry! Get some of our food from our wagon and throw it at the other one! Do it!" And that'll end my turn.
Garza.
Hello. I'm going to, for starters, self-impose a disadvantage on hearing checks for the next hour. Because, oh god, that was loud.
She did shoot within 10 feet of you. I think that's fine.
And second, I'm going to do a quick nature check, if you'll allow it as a free action or a bonus action, to determine as to whether me giving them food would even have an effect.
I will allow you to animal handling instead.
Okay.
Your animal
Yeah.
handling.
Because, they're big, scary birds, and we only have normal food, so...
The amount of food you'd have to give them is, like, these things are huge. You would have to give them a full deer. That's not going to work if you just throw normal food at them.
Karito pops up from the grass and draws and fires in the same movement at the rock that is all high up in the sky.
Sure.
Just right now. I won't get advantage then.
You're hidden.
Oh yes, I am. Good point. Thank you for pointing that out. I so infrequently get that such advantage. Yeah, cool.
6 remembered? She's not a rogue.
Ah, but you forget, I'm also stupid. Advantage. Wow, that is a pants roll, but guess what, Featherlight Bow?
Go ahead and roll it again with your bonus action.
Do I also get advantage?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't think I've rolled it in such a condition before.
That is correct. You have not. 21 hits.
Nice. Is the sneak attack total on? It is not. Let me just enable that. Boop.
Damn.
Woof. Woof.
Arrow pierces straight into part of its chest. You definitely went for a heart shot, though its body is thicker than you were expecting. If you got just a little bit deeper, you probably would have hit vital organs.
And after that, he says to Six, "It won't work. Their appetite is too great. The time for such a thing has passed."
Then fucking kill it!
What does it look like I'm doing?
Anything else, Carito?
Nope, use my bonus action, so I can't do any rogue shenanigans. You know, I'm gonna move over here to try and make it more difficult for them to try and snatch me up.
Makes sense. Leo.
Is it fair to say if everybody else brought out their eidolons that I could have enabled Blade Song already? Or
I
would
will
that have
certainly-
given my stealth away?
I'll say that you can hum very silently to yourself, though I'm going to ask you to roll another stealth as if you rolled with disadvantage.
So it was a 20 and then a 14.
I will let you know you're still hidden.
Okay. So Leo will begin muttering a spell, and I'm going to create a storm sphere, which I believe is a 20-foot diameter. Let me see. Yeah, no, 20-foot radius. I'm just going to loosely draw it. Because it imposes difficult terrain, and because this blue rock is prone right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my goal is to envelop this thing in the storm, so that way it spends its full movement standing up before it can even try to fly away. But as Leo summons it, I need it to make a strength saving throw for some initial damage. Nope, it doesn't take that. But with my bonus action, there's so by summoning the storm sphere, you guys see like a big cloud of smoke, just of thunderous clouds sort of rise from nothing and surround this thing. And from within it, I'm going to use my bonus action to create like a little lightning bolts that will erupt from within it to attack the blue rock. And technically, because I get my super advantage on this because of the way that it's written. I get advantage because it's within the sphere, and then because of my elven accuracy, I can roll again.
I'm aware. I did not miss that.
So 25 to hit with the lightning bolt.
It's
okay. I need to figure out my sheet, but I'm just rolling this here. So just big 6 damage for now. And then that was not as great of a turn as I was hoping for. Leo's gonna reposition slightly. I assume casting a spell does break my stealth.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm going to get a little closer to the action, knowing that I've already blown my cover. But that's it.
Rev.
Okay. Shoot. How does the blue one look?
So for that answer, I'm going to have to do what I've been making other people do and roll either animal handling or insight. You're essentially trying to figure out something that's not easy to figure out. It looks angry. It looks like it wants to get up and it wants to keep fighting.
So it is currently undeterred. Shoot. Okay, and I realized that, we've only got a few seconds here, but can Rev sort of tell at a glance what the red one is paying attention to?
You have no idea.
Okay. Okay, I think Rev's gonna creep over here and then hold his action for if a creature ends up within range of his chakram with one of his friends. Which I believe is 15 feet.
That is 15 feet.
I'm redrawing my sphere because it's actually bigger than I thought.
I assume that's the end of your turn, Rev, because you're holding your action?
Yep.
You made the right call as it dives straight down towards Celestra.
Yikes.
Right, that triggers the attack.
Yep. As a hit.
No transfer.
So you switch places with? Oh no, you
Get rid of
banish it.
Yep.
Celestra, you see a beak going straight for your face, and then suddenly a blade pierces into its feathers and it disappears.
Celestra just has a confused, shocked, blank look on her face and slowly turns around.
Arkin at 8 damage too.
Thanks, Rev.
Nods.
Navali.
Um, okay, so sorry, what does it mean about the timer with the bird?
It's not there at the moment. You just saw a chakram hit it and its entire body go into the chakram.
Okay. And the bird, the blue bird, is currently on the ground.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to hit the bird on the ground. If
There
it's
is
on the
logic to
ground,
that.
do I get advantage since it's on the
Yes.
ground? Okay. All right. Okay.
26 hits.
All right. Not gonna do anything crazy just yet. Still up.
It's fine.
All right. I'm gonna hit it again.
As you might imagine, that also hits.
This time I think I'll smite.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a level 3. And I'm also going to do. Let's see. I have 5 icicles left, so I can do 3 icicles, can't I? Or 3 Tundra Blade 3? Or could I only do 2?
You can only do 2.
Okay, I'll do Tundra Blade level 2, so we'll mark down.
Go down to 1
2.
icicle to do that.
1 icicle. Okay. All right, Tundra Blade level 2, Divine Smite level 3.
Ow.
Guessing it's still up.
Yes, it's still moving, though it's definitely in a lot of pain. You can see its wings twitching as clearly the cold seemed to make it difficult to move, as it seems to be more used to temperate weather.
Right, and then let's see. So it's currently on the ground. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do bonus action Champion's Challenge against that bird. Each creature that I can see within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it can't move more than 30 feet away from me. Dang, that succeeded. Okay, I was thinking it could fly
Their
away.
wisdom isn't even that good. This is confusing to me.
All right,
Oh no, it's the rules all over again.
That's me.
Oh, it fails the +9, succeeds at the +0. Slostra?
Celestra will see the squad teaming up on the other bird, and the bird that threatened her being gone will approach the other one. And she will cast a Searing Smite and go for a big old Warhammer bonk.
Makes sense. You have advantage, it's on the ground.
Excellent.
That is a hit.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Did you add the additional d6 that happens immediately?
I did, I believe. It should be in the 3.
Oh, you rolled 2 ones. I understand now.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on fire now.
Hooray. That's all.
As the bird is on fire, the first things it does is it gets up. It looks extremely irritated and has a lot of issues doing this. Unfortunately, I believe just getting up with half its movement removed from the storm sphere means it cannot move without dashing.
That was the goal.
It is going to dash. So, Navali, 6, Celestra, you all get an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Hooray.
Yes.
I mean, those are hits.
Um,
Well,
I'm gonna smite. I think we all know what's gonna happen here.
Sure.
Level 2 smite.
After that, trip attack using dexterity. I don't think I had my push to talk on.
Fair enough.
That is a miss.
Wait, your save is 18?
No, it's 17.
I was about to say, there's no way. That's not physically possible.
I'm still Friday game brained. I apologize.
How good does it look after my hit?
After your hit, it's looking extremely haggard. You can see blood dripping off its wings, and flying is very difficult. It also moves over to here as it flies. That is its full movement. It is extremely fast if you're curious. But it is flying over the group as if wondering what its next decision should be, especially since its partner disappeared.
Leo's gonna, as soon as it's out of range of the circle, he's just gonna drop concentration on it.
Okay. 6. It's flying above you and looks very hurt.
How tall is this rock?
I would say the rock goes up probably about 15 feet.
Okay, not high enough to reach it with a melee attack
No.
if I climbed up. Rev, are you concentrating?
No.
Okay, excellent. Navali, plug your ears. I'm pulling the gun out again.
Navali plugged her ears.
I kneel down and take a shot at it.
Go for it. Oh my god.
Trip attack with strength. I mean, it has to be strength.
It has to be strength.
Damn. Okay, I tried. But that's gonna be 12 damage. I'm not sure what the play here is. Karto is not hidden, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to reload then, and get into position in case it comes down again.
Okay. Karuto.
So we've only got one bird and the other one's disappeared. So it's not within range of anyone for advantage. Character is going to hold a shot in case it tries to swoop on someone. If they get within range, he's going to try and deter it with a snapshot. So held action, bow attack.
Shoot anyone who comes in melee range.
Yeah.
Leo.
Is it? You said it's looking pretty bad.
Yes.
Uh,
I will also mention it seems more confused than anything else because it knows it had a partner that's gone. It seems as if it's looking for where that is.
So seeing that Karto's lining up a shot, does Karto has line of sight of where it is now then? Or
Yeah, it's
no?
40 feet up.
Okay.
He definitely does.
Gotcha. Perhaps a bit foolhardy, but Leo feels like this might be the play. He's going to... Oh wait, no, that's an action. Shit. I was going to fly up, but that I can't do anything if I get up there besides let you shoot it. So instead, Leo's just going to take his arcane focus out and put it up in the air and drop a we'll upcast lightning bolt to level 5 for this one.
Believes that is a dex save.
Yep. That succeeds. So half of 33.
16. Lightning sears through it, and you can smell burnt feathers as it looks directly at you, now very angry.
That's all I got.
Rev, at the end of your turn, it's going to reappear.
Okay, I don't like that. Uh. Okay, Rev is going to reposition for when it reappears. I think that will work.
And then what do you do, Rev?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted that whole time, wasn't I?
Yep.
I'm sorry. Rev's going to go over here, and he is going to prepare for it to return by a bonus action Vanishing Smite and hold his action to attack it when it returns.
This poor creature.
Nope.
Right. It immediately appears at the end of your turn. Let's do the code transfer first before you swing at it. It got a 0, so you get 3 questions.
Is there an attack they have not used yet, and if so, what does it do?
There is no attack it has not used yet. It only has
Can you-
Beacon Talons.
Can you tell me one resistance or immunity that I may not have learned yet?
It has no resistances or immunities.
I don't think any of the other questions are salient.
Fair enough. Anyway, it reappears. Before its turn, you get your swing.
And I'm going to Eldritch Smite on top of it.
Oh my god. Tell me the ridiculous damage. Now remind me, Vanishing Smite is if it is below 50 HP, correct?
Correct.
It is
So-
still there.
I figured.
But as your blade cuts directly into it, I believe you Eldritch Smite, so it gets knocked to the ground.
Yes.
I'm not going to mark that because it immediately gets back up, bleeding horribly, and hobbles over to you for obvious reason.
Can't imagine why. Uh-oh. 39?
39. And as its beak goes in, it takes one quick, big swipe with its talons as it flies back up. You use your reaction to attempt to hit it, to successfully hit it very strongly before, so you don't have a reaction. I'm sad it failed at its talons. Can't say anything. It crit the beak. Hey, Navali.
How high in
Behind
the air is
you.
it?
Go ahead.
How high in the air is it?
40 feet.
I would like to use my bonus action jump, please.
I will request that you use athletics in order to see if you actually make the distance. I'm just going to tell you if you beat a 10, you will succeed.
Okay. Athletics. All right. Yeah.
You beat a 10.
Navali is going to, seeing that the other bird is now back, she is going to charge, jump on top of the bird, and she is going to attempt to grapple it.
Roll another athletics.
Right?
This is amazing.
Ooh. Damn, that was a good athletics, too.
It just continues to push you off. You have a second attack.
I I can attack it.
You could attack
Or-
it, or you could. No, you couldn't try again. You could just attack it.
Oh yeah, I can't grapple again.
No.
Okay.
It's kind of a house rule, but I will stick by it. 1 grapple attempt per turn.
Okay. Can I say that I want to do blinding smite?
No, because you had a bonus action for your jump.
Okay. Okay. All right, then I guess she's just going to attack it. I want to aim for its wings specifically.
Go ahead and roll damage.
All
Are you
right,
smiting?
I am smiting, yes. I'm just going to do a level 2 smite.
Go for it.
All right.
Its wing frosts over, though it seems it's simply too much wing in order to actually do enough damage to prevent it from actually falling. That being said, you did jump 40 feet in the air.
If I were to jump back down, how
You're
much?
falling currently.
Yes. Would I? Can I decipher how much damage I take if I fall down?
19.
I'll take it. And she's gonna drop right down next to Rev.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
That was
A roll
impressive.
on the ground. It's painful, but could be a lot worse.
Thanks.
Slostra.
Well, seeing that Navali has been relatively significantly injured, Solastra will eh, I guess just a level 2 healing word.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the ground and somehow you feel healing almost immediately.
I don't think I have any options to do anything to these birds after that.
Healing word's bonus action. You can action cantrip.
Oh, true. I'll Sacred Flame the blue one again.
Fails.
Extra toasty.
It screeches in pain. Okay, it's gonna fight.
Is it still on fire?
It is still on fire, so it immediately takes 1d6 fire damage, I believe.
After a con saving throw.
Oh, actually, hold on. That is the wrong number. It gets an actual +9 to that. So 19.
Yeah, that'll do it. So it takes no damage, it looks like.
I believe it takes a d6, and then at the end of its turn, it actually does the con save.
It looks like it happens at the same time, and it's just failed save is damage, successful save is no longer on fire.
Correct. Okay, yeah, no, I just double checked myself. You are correct in what you just said. Does not take the fire damage. Instead, simply dives down from its 40 feet. Karato, go ahead and get your ready to action. As
Wait,
it seems
no. There you go.
interested in Leo.
Oh god, 9.
Arrow zooms by as its beak goes straight at Leo,
That is a miss.
and then it tries to grab you with its talons.
I will use shield for that.
As an arcane energy simply blocks its talons from grabbing, it tries to go up. You all get an attack of opportunity.
Leo just slaps at it with his arm guard.
15 actually hits.
Yeah, we take those.
I only have my gun out and cannot.
You could hit it with your gun and just do your strength damage.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you could always punch someone.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. What is this? Just a normal roll with proficiency and strength?
No proficiency, just strength. You don't know unarmed fighting.
Bonk.
You don't actually do any damage or hit it, but you attempt it. Warhammer hits.
Hooray. Can I use Divine Strike on a reaction since I didn't use it in my normal turn?
I believe the Divine Strike's per turn, so it will always happen on your actions.
Nice.
As the hammer hits it, you almost feel part of its claw dislocate, and it seems badly hurt as it floats a little bit over to here and ends its turn still 40 feet up. It's not looking good. Hey, Six.
If possible, I would like to attempt to discern its intent, like how it just went for Lirin.
Again, insight or animal handling.
No, I can't get a read on it.
It went for Lirin.
Interesting. Okay, I am going to swap over to my claws, and I am going to hold an action to attack any creature that comes into melee range of an ally within 5 feet of me, or myself, of course.
I will say if you want to get directly underneath it, I'll totally allow it. It's flying. It's just harder to move tokens.
That makes sense. I'll go right here and say, if it gets within range of me, I will swipe at it.
Sure.
And that'll be my turn.
Karuto.
Hello. I'm gonna do the same thing again because I don't like attacking with advantage. Not advantage. Sneak attack.
Makes sense. Leo.
Ugh. Seeing that, so Six has her claws out right now, right?
Yep, she's poised to pounce.
Leo, from just like over your shoulder, says, "You want to fly?"
No.
Well, shit. I feel like I just throw lightning bolts at it, but also that there should be other things to do. Leo will. Oh, okay. Leo will summon his Thunderblade as a bonus action. And then as a cantrip, he's going to firebolt the blue one.
Okay. As I said before, 15 actually hits. Its feathers start to burn and it looks extremely bad.
And then Leo is going to go past Navali, sort of sensing that Karto is not. Karto is currently not stealthed, right?
Nope.
Okay, so he just wants to make sure you're not totally alone and is going to come stand over here as well. And that's it. And just for the record, Thunderblade was at a upcast, so it does more damage.
Okay.
Level 3.
Good to know. Rev.
Okay. Navale, I think we should try to group with everyone.
I can cover you.
He nods. He's gonna start trying to make his way toward Six and everybody else. And take the dodge action.
Ooh. Spicy. Well, it's gonna go after Navali, probably because the bunny just jumped and hit it with a spear.
Mm-hmm.
So Navali, it swoops down, its beak wide open to pierce into you, which it does.
That it hits. All
25
right.
piercing. Its talons come down.
That is also a hit. I'm going to use my last icicle reaction in order to do that damage.
Okay,
So I
go ahead and
roll
reduce it by a d6.
One roll / 1d6. Navali's looking. Oh, roll 1d6. Navali's looking really bad. So it's 13, right?
Do 18 minus. Yes. So total of 38.
Yeah, she's looking really bad.
And its talons grab onto your shoulders, and you get lifted up with it up to 40 feet.
All right.
It then drops you.
Oh shit.
Take 16 damage.
Navali's down.
You watch it pick Navali up, drop her, and immediately she does not move from the ground.
Do I roll for death save?
Now that it is your turn, yes.
Can you just click on the death save thing and then we'll do it for you?
Should. One failure.
Me.
Valias, what the heck?
Blastra, you definitely saw what happened to Navali.
So I can't dash and cast a spell. Is that correct?
You could dash and bonus action spell, but you couldn't dash an action spell.
Yeah. Okay. I will give Navali another healing word, this time level 4.
Yeah. I'm back up. Ow, my back.
And then I'll give the bluebird another sacred flame.
Fails.
Yay.
Still moving, though only barely.
And then I will move next to Rev in case Navali needs more help later.
Okay. It's gonna roll something real quick. It, at blinding speeds, gets the hell out of this map with 245 speed.
God damn.
Jeez.
You just feel a rush of wind, and it leaves. Hey, Six.
I am going to switch over to my second set of claws and rush over to Navali. I can only get right here. And I'm going to hold an action to attack it if it comes down within range and say, Navali, I've got you. Get behind me. That'll end my turn.
Karuto.
My action to go off. How sad. How? Can I animal handling this thing to see if it's about to leg it?
Go ahead.
Boop.
You could tell this one's looking healthier than the other one, and it looks like it still wants to see if it can grab a meal before it runs.
Let's discourage it from doing that. Is there anything spectacular I can do? Not really, but if it's still looking for a meal, I guess I'm going to do the same thing again. If it tries to swoop on someone, he's going to lose a shot.
Okay. So not moving, just aiming an arrow. Got it?
Mhm.
Leo.
Sticking with Carto, but going to throw a level 4 lightning bolt at it. For 18 big damage then.
They seem surprisingly deft at dodging lightning bolts. Terrible at dodging sacred flames, but lightning bolts, they can do that.
That's sad, but I will stay here.
Rev.
Uh, I think Rev is going to, as an action, turn his chakram into a longbow. Or no, he can't do that. He has a shield. Never mind.
Correct.
Just kidding. He's gonna get over here to also try to help cover Navali. And he will hold an action in case it decides to. Maybe he should spread out a little bit.
Rock AoE.
No, actually, this is fine. Yeah, he's just gonna hold an action to attack if it gets near.
Okay. So it is going to focus on Navali, but before it lands, it sees where you guys are, so it goes over here first. Lands. Navali, bad news. You're on the ground.
Yeah, I'm on the ground, so it's gonna be advantage, isn't it?
Correct.
Shit.
I don't even know if I have to roll this. I know you're
No, I'm down.
unconscious.
I'm down.
Actually, 2 failed death saves as it grabs you and flies up.
Oh god.
Navali, let's see if the rock kills you.
Don't I get an attack opportunity?
Oh,
Does
you
it flew
do.
down?
You do.
Yeah.
Hold on. Shoot it first.
Whip.
Does Rev also get a held attack?
You do. Yes.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit.
Hey, guess what? Bonus action.
You cannot because this is a readied action.
No! Wait, I thought that's what
19.
my break stuff was.
Ready actions are reactions, and therefore you cannot use your bonus action.
Legit.
12 hits. 12 damage, I mean. It has lifted Navali up. Actually goes up to 6. Navali, pray.
So wait, have I already taken 2 death saves? Or just 1?
I am going to say, and this, I know this is going to sound like I'm being nice, but it's not really supposed to be. It wasn't trying to kill you with its talons, so you only got 1 death save from that one.
Okay.
It's trying to take you away. It just leaves you
Alright.
unconscious.
Okay. So, do I roll?
You do roll. You have 1 success.
Alright.
Navali is currently within its talons. What would the party like to do? To begin with Celastra.
And she's 60 feet in the air.
Correct.
Celastra would get close enough so that she's 60 feet below Navali and give her another healing word. We'll do level 4 again.
Navali, it's not been a good day.
It's been a pretty bad day. I'm up. I like to think she just like opens her eyes and she's in the talons of this giant bird and she goes like, "Jeez."
If I wanted to Sacred Flame the bird, is there any chance that I would be hurting Navali?
In theory, if you killed it with the Sacred Flame, you would have Navali take fall damage.
Mm-hmm.
But you could not hit her with your sacred flame. No.
Okay. But it's not that beat up, correct?
It doesn't seem like it's on death's door. No.
Yeah. So I'll hit it with a sacred flame.
Additionally, you need to somehow get her out of the talons. So if she falls, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I assume that's the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
6.
Rev, do you have any magic left?
I'm tapped.
I need you. I trust you. I'm going to pull my gun out again, and I'm going to get ready to shoot it. And as I'm shooting it, I'm going to Commander Strike Rev to hit it with his longbow.
He doesn't have a longbow out. He has a shield equipped.
Is the shield equipped? Okay, never mind. I'm just going to... Wait, Navali is conscious?
Navali is conscious.
I'm going to Commander Strike Navali and scream at her to hit it with everything she's got.
Okay.
She can do that, yes.
Love it.
Team?
That hits.
Yes!
Probably not gonna take it down, but I'm gonna level 3 smite it.
I mean, level 3 smite does a lot of damage. It's possible. Did not take it down, though. You do massive damage to its talon. Could you do me a favor and roll me athletics?
Yeah.
I will give you the choice. It loosens up just enough. You could drop 60 feet.
Ah, shit. It's gonna be a lot more damage than when I took the 40 feet, though, isn't it?
It's a d6 per 10 feet. So it's 66. I'm just going to tell you, mathematically, you'll probably go unconscious, but you won't be in its talons.
Fuck it. Let's go for it. Navali's gonna drop. She's unconscious. That's way less worse than I thought it was gonna be, though.
You see her stab her spear into the talons. It frees up just enough that she can squeeze her way out and falls that 60 feet with a thud, and you see her black out once again. Anyway, would you like to actually shoot it, 6?
Yes, I'm going to shoot it now.
And your bullet whizzes by as you're paying way more attention to Navali.
That makes sense and is also fair. I'm going to mark the ammunition off, and then with my the rest of my turn, get like as close to her as possible.
Makes sense.
And that'll end my turn.
Karuto.
This time, gonna. Ooh. I was like, I know, I'll move over and help. I'll be a man. No, that's a really bad idea. Because then I'll also be a target. I have less HP.
You have more than 0.
That's legit, yeah. I'm just gonna shoot it. No sneak attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna sharpshoot though, and I'm gonna use Featherlight. Let's go.
Hits.
Nice.
Arrow pierces into its wing, and it's looking real bad. I
It
assume
ain't
that's
done
it.
yet. Yep.
Leo.
I'm running pretty low on spell slots.
Right, so the encounter after this is going to be great for you.
Yeah. We will see how it feels about a shatter on it. Just sort of placing it. It's 60-foot range, so if I need to like step in a little bit just to clip it on the side, and then I'll step back. So I don't just want it to be. I get in just enough range to hit it.
It's 60 feet up. You'd have to be directly below it if it's 60-foot range.
But it creates a 10-foot radius.
You'd have to be within 70 feet then, so you still have to be very
Okay.
close.
All right. Well,
You could do it, but you wouldn't get all the way back to Karuta.
yeah, it's fine. I mean, I do have 45 movement speed, but you're right. But I will do that anyway. So con save. Yeah, well, you take 2 thunder damage. If you want to succeed at every save, that's fine.
No, every save you do. It's been failing at other people's.
Yeah, sure. And then I will end my turn.
Rev.
Rev is tapped on resources. I think Rev is just gonna hold his attack in case it decides to come back. If it gets within 15 feet.
Okay. It's still going to keep fighting. Fiona. 6.
Hi.
You know who I'm talking about. It doesn't like your gun, and it's coming straight for you.
Good, it better. That's a miss. That is a hit.
As its beak comes at you, you manage to get out of the way and just don't manage to dodge the talons in time as it slams into you. Rev, I believe you ready in action when it came down?
I did.
Go for it. You cut across its side as it dives back up to actually its exact distance. I'm gonna have it roll something just to decide if it immediately drops 6 or not. Because 6 is definitely conscious. Six, as you get 60 feet up and probably are preparing to scratch the fuck out of it,
Yep.
its talon releases.
Goodbye.
And take 18 damage as you hit the ground.
Got it.
That is its turn. Navali, once again, death saving throw.
I think I've gone down 3 times.
You have.
Oof.
No, you mark a failure. Do you want to continue the loop?
I suppose so. Sounds fun. I will give Navali a level 4 Cure Wounds this time.
Yay. I appreciate you, Celastra. Nice.
And then once again, I will attempt to cook the bird.
Cure Wounds is an action.
Oh no, I forgot. You're right. I don't do that.
That's okay. I assume you're not planning to move?
I am not.
6.
Okay. I'm gonna take my claws out. And I'm going to hold an action to attack it when it comes within range.
Makes sense.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Also makes sense.
I'm so second winded right now.
Karuto.
Hello. I'll also just take a held action to shoot it when it comes close to my friends.
Leo.
Leo, okay.
Makes himself fly.
I mean, that sounds like a thing to do, except for reasons. But Leo's gonna wait. Where was I? Leo's getting directly under it. Yeah. And he is going to throw his Thunderblade at it. It is at disadvantage because it's just at the edge of its range.
Go for it.
Nope. Bonus action to return it to Leo's hand, and then he's going to throw it again.
15
Oops.
hits.
That was the wrong item, but the same.
It's the same
modifier.
roll, so I'll still allow it. So roll damage for Thunderblade.
Ooh.
How do you want to do this?
Oh God. Leo sort of he throws the first one, his blade sort of like a sonic wave that he's almost corporeal, like that made corporeal that he's holding in his hand, and he misses, and then after resummoning it, he just kind of takes a breath to try to aim it this time, and just goes straight for the beak to give it like a percussive blast and sort of knock it back. He's conscious of the fact he doesn't want it to fall on him or his friends, so he's trying to knock it in a direction that might be more of a clearing.
I apologize, but I randomly did the direction. That is not what's happening.
He tries.
The first sonic blade, it manages to bring its wing up and it barely misses. The second one goes for the beak, and its entire head vibrates for a second, and then the sound decapitates the rock completely. And as it's falling, its head going off in a completely different direction, the wind pushes it just towards literally all of your friends. It's going to miss you, but I need a dex save from Navali, 6, Reverence, and Celastra.
Hey, guess what? You guys all get +2 next to me.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
25.
Woo.
Navali, you're the only one who couldn't get out of the way in time.
Will she go down again? I need to know.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Right. Navali's having a bad day.
So as
The
all
worst
of you
day.
get out of the way, as it crashes down, Navali, you try and just barely don't manage, and the weight crushes onto your back. You go unconscious again. I don't think I need to explain that to anyone.
I can't. I don't. Leo had 15 feet of movement left, so if he saw it coming down, I don't know if he would have been able to do anything. But he makes a run for it as if he wanted to try.
I'll certainly allow that, but you don't have an extra bonus action to actually do anything.
Honestly, I just think this is funnier.
I am going to state, Celastra, I assume you still have healing spells left, so there's no danger.
Yep, sure do.
Go ahead and spend another one.
Can I do that now?
Go for it. I'm not going to go through everybody because the other one's not coming back.
Okay. This time it's a Cure Wounds level 3.
Ugh. Can I just say one thing? This is probably the worst day of my life right now.
You say this and remember that this fight started with Mira's death.
Yeah. Definitely one of the worst.
I don't blame you. That looked rough.
Yeah, it was it got a little crazy there. Just if you don't mind, I'm just gonna do a little something. And I'm gonna put lay on hands on myself.
Hey, Scan.
Yes?
With a roll of 19, would I know if rock is good eating?
Uh, honestly, it tastes like chicken.
Hell yeah, we eating well tonight.
Except for Navali.
Navali, are you okay?
I will be if I get just some time to rest.
Oh, okay. In that case. That was fucking amazing! Holy shit! Those things were so scary! I thought we were all gonna die, and then you were like, pew, pew, pew. And then I was like, Navali, hit it! And you were like, pew.
I think I blacked out for a lot of this.
Everyone
I
fought
did
very
jump
well.
on it.
Fuck!
The jumping part was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Leo looks over the horizon to make sure the other one doesn't come back.
As you look over the horizon, you don't even see signs of the other one. You know from their speeds that it is probably miles away already, and it's only been like a minute.
By the way, I kind of used up a lot, and I'm not gonna be able to bring Mira back right now.
What time of day is it?
This happened at like noon.
Short rest?
At the very least, yes.
Please.
Karito, do you want some help with that?
He says, looking out from plucking feathers.
Yeah, do you want help with that?
Sure. Have you done this before?
Nope.
Well, every day is a lesson.
Well, the nice thing is the way it was killed removed one of the things that you'd have to do. So honestly, butchering this thing isn't too difficult for Karuto. Navali, watching your friends butcher something as you try to recover your health, not pleasant.
It's been a rough day.
Additionally, those who are taking a short rest. Does anyone want to try and find your foxes who fucked off immediately?
Celastra would look around for any traces of them. If I could roll something, maybe.
Survival or perception?
Turns out it's the same.
15? They didn't actually go that far. They are hiding just a little bit off, and when you actually start looking for them and they realize the danger has passed, they actually come to you. And they also seem interested in the corpse that Karuto is butchering.
I'd happily feed them some. Mostly the giblets.
They have no objections to eating meat. They seem very happy to be fed extra, extremely fresh meat. Go ahead and take your short rest.
Since Rev's transformed, I think he's gonna go someplace and go talk to himself for a little while. Can he do that while recovering hit dice or no?
It seems not very strenuous. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Is there a particular conversation you'd like to have, or should it be something that we talk about over the week?
Maybe something over the week.
Sure.
There's a couple things he wants to talk about.
Leo did not get hit at all. Probably looks a little too clean compared to Navali, but during this rest, he'll sort of go over to her and say, sorry, I should have told you to move out of the way.
No, it's all right. I'm just happy that it was taken care of. I think you made the right. Even if I did go down again, it's all right.
Leo just sort of frowns, but then like nods and just let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Leo. Really. I'm not upset over it.
And then he'll nod and go read his book in the form of Arcane Recovery.
Any particular conversation you'd like to have as you're short resting / butchering a rock?
While I'm hanging out with Karuto, I will compliment his shooting skills.
Karuto gives a polite smile and nods. And once again, your command of the situation was key.
Man, I felt like it really got away from me there. But all of you guys know what you're doing.
I feel we are experienced enough by now to know, yes. Though I do not believe we had experience in fighting a giant chicken.
I guess not. Well, let this be the first and the last time, because those things are fucking scary. I thought Nabali was gonna die. I'm glad she didn't.
Me too. She is quite valuable to our team.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm excited to try some of this stuff.
Karuto takes a moment and, sucks some blood off his finger. It should be very edible.
Hey, you and I, let's take care of Navali and make sure that she gets the night off. She shouldn't have to work anymore after that.
I mean, I might have to take a lot of work to cook this, but I'll do my best to help, yes.
Yeah. We should think of something nice to do for her. She can't have any of this meat. Maybe there's I don't know, do you think there's something in the woods that she'd like?
We can perhaps go foraging after this.
She nods emphatically. I've never done that before, so I'll let you lead.
I used to do quite a bit of the forest that surrounded the valley. Of course, there was only so much I could do, only so far I could go before the mist became too thick.
Well, there aren't any rules like that out here.
I'm not sure if this is fortunate or otherwise.
Well, what do you think?
Well, being able to stray more than 30 feet from a canyon wall is definitely more of an exploration environment, yes.
I trust that you're not going to go get lost. You wouldn't know what to do without us.
6. I spent 2 years without the shield.
Yeah, and how do you like it with them?
Well, it's much nicer not having to watch my back all the time, that's for sure.
She'll stop ribbing Karuto. She's had her fun.
He just looks like politely bemused when he actually realizes, oh, she's
Yeah,
mentioning him
she's fucking with you.
pulling his leg.
Well, the butchering of the rock goes fairly well. You manage to get most of the meat off and put it off to the side for cooking later. The feathering it took a while, but you could use those feathers for your arrows, to be fair.
Hell yeah.
Navali, how are you feeling after your short rest?
Navali's back up to full health, so she's doing great.
Yeah, that's all you needed, a breather from being constantly attacked.
Yep.
Although I will point out, if you made arrows with this, they would be about the caliber of siege bows, so...
Correct. So, I'm going to ask, does the party essentially just re-tie up the foxes to pull the cart, or do they intend to wait, just camp out here tonight?
I mean, I don't think there's any further risk from that other rock coming back. I'm pretty sure.
And
So
if there was a risk, it doesn't really matter whether we're here or a little bit further up the road.
so probably best to keep making progress.
Agree.
Very well. You're correct. There is no other encounters for the day.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, do you actually do what Six says? And when you see a small woodland area, do you go foraging to get Navali a nice treat for dinner?
Totally.
Hell yeah.
Are you leading the foraging expedition there, Karuto?
Yes.
Please roll me survival.
Come on, good roll. Oh no!
Oh,
No.
Hold on, I have to roll something.
no!
Oh my god!
Scott, no!
Karuto, I need a Christmas saving throw.
Charisma saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, this is literally my worst stat. Oh!
Oh.
Karuto.
Yeah.
As you start looking around and foraging for food, you hear what sounds to be a slight sound that's kind of catchy to the ears. At first, you're wondering, oh, is that some kind of animal whistle? And your curiosity gets the best of you for a split second until you realize, no, this is singing. Why am I going towards it? Oh no, something is trying to charm me.
Karuto is going to make a hasty retreat back towards where he remembered last seeing Fiona. Or Six.
Have no issues in doing this. You come back to Six completely empty-handed.
Six, we need to leave.
Okay.
There is something in there. It is magical. It was singing. I could not stop myself moving toward it. We need to leave.
Six retreats with Karuto, but gets her weapons out as she does so, just in case.
We will find another forest. I am certain. Just not this one.
She nods.
You leave. Nothing chases you. You don't actually find another forest to get nice treats for Navali, but she still has her rations while the rest of you enjoy the rock for the evening. For my own curiosity, who is cooking the bird meat?
I'm going to assume Karuto.
Sure. I will let you roll either survival or you don't have cooking tools, so survival.
Indeed.
Everyone except Navali, you have honestly an extremely juicy chicken. It tastes like it is campfire cooked, but smoking all the right ways. It's juicy the entire way through. It's honestly delectable. Navali, smelling this makes you feel sick.
Yeah, she probably might be just like sort of up against a tree, maybe just kind of like trying to cover her nose as she eats her rations.
My question is, when did Karuto learn this?
Probably while he was 2 years away from Soto and just caught a chicken to eat.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that all of you are fairly hurt and had to actually take a short rest, we are actually going to do the long rest for day 4. Please tell me who's taking watch.
will take a
Slasher
watch.
wouldn't mind doing first watch. She's still feeling good.
Leo will join
Russell?
Celestra. Oh,
What? And Rev spoke up, so decide amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I don't care.
I have to take second watch.
Leo joins Celestra.
All right.
All right. First watch, go ahead and roll perceptions. If you'd like to have a conversation, go for it.
Leo with the big perception rolls.
That's up to you, 6.
I'll go wherever one is needed.
It's second or third.
I'll go with Rev.
That'd be second. Making Karato and Navali third. Makes sense to make Navali sleep.
Leo is keeping to himself, but is available to talk if you want.
Yeah, Celastra's just kind of staying alert but relaxing a little bit after a relatively stressful fight.
I will let you know, Celestra, you didn't see anything interesting happening over the night. Every now and then you do notice that without Mira around, the bat that has been following Navali, it seems a little lost and tries to fly around as if looking for the deer and just comes back to the cart repeatedly, seemingly depressed.
Aw.
It sounds like you don't have any conversations you two would like to have at the moment.
Leo's just in a book in the way that he often is.
Mm-hmm.
We wake up second watch.
Rev, 6, go for it.
Good work today, Rev. That fight got intense.
You as well. That everyone did a very good job.
She nods.
And that weapon of yours, very impressive. You're very skilled with it.
Thanks. I trained with it as well as I could when Permelia's not here. I trained with it a lot when I was with Dad, but then we ran out of ammunition, and so I just sort of had to. I thought I would forget, but it came back to me right away.
See.
It's very powerful, but it's risky. I can't aim the shots like I can with a crossbow, but its power is overwhelming, and so when you land a very decisive strike on an enemy, it is much more damaging. I felt like Kareto when I took that first shot.
Indeed.
What was that thing you did? That wasn't a spell, was it? The enemy disappeared.
Oh, that's something that Sophia can do.
Huh. Have her powers grown?
Well, I suppose because it wasn't able to do that before. Sort of.
She nods. Rev, you're not okay with what happened, right?
With
She leans in, she drops her voice, with Leo going and coming back.
ah, I I have my own thoughts about it, my own feelings, but I have okay, yes, I hold some contention with some parts of it, yes. Or well, with his actions, I suppose.
He's come back and pretended like nothing happened. I'd really chew his ass out, but we haven't had the time. Solastro was hurt and now Navali.
I understand your frustration, but I I suppose I don't know where his headspace is, his understanding of things, because he said some things when he returned that indicated, I think he said feelings of guilt, but there was no discussion about the actual circumstances.
Yeah. I'm so pissed, Rev. And we've got to keep it together for everybody else.
I'll nod.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about Permelia.
How do you mean?
Oh, she knows. She knows now. There's no way she doesn't know. And she's there in Dolvaran, by herself. Like, is she gonna run away?
And you haven't spoken with her since.
No, I've tried. She's avoided me.
Maybe she will feel more open to speaking, having had some time to process once we return.
Yeah.
You'll have to talk about it sooner or later, yes?
Yeah. I want to tell her about our whole mission. The one that Rasahari gave us. She's one of us and she deserves to know.
Right. He's trying to discern Six's. So Six, I don't know. Have they talked about the mission specifically? I think they did maybe one time.
I don't think they have.
Okay, he's trying to gauge her demeanor when she says that. Like, does she actually intend to do this? Because
Roll insight. In the words of Skirt, wait, let me roll deception. Okay, it's pretty plain. I would call it sad resolve. What?
uh, hmm. I guess I don't know if this is my place to ask, but I guess I just don't really understand the dynamic you have with your father.
I admire him. He took me in and trained me. He's powerful and he's smart. He's really good at things. Is there anyone you look up to?
I suppose, yes.
It's like that. But I have seen some things and come to understand some things, and I have questions. And he's going to answer my questions either by my words or by my blades.
And whether I don't know him, but suppose he doesn't answer your question, are you still resolved to do what Rosawin wants us to do?
I'm going to gather information about the circumstances of Rosawin's father's death. And I'm going to learn about the nature of his eidolon. And we're going to discuss his captives. And then, when I know all of those things, then I'll be able to make a decision.
Rev nods slowly.
Skern, out of character, I know there are Iridians there, right?
Oh, yeah, you've probably seen the slaves.
Yeah.
You definitely interacted with them, actually.
There is an issue that I'm not going to budge on, and it's the captives. And if he has a problem with that, then I am going to show him why my position is stronger.
Not to be the one to point out the obvious, and I mean the very obvious, you live there and you know him, but it seems that that particular issue is a widespread one in the culture there.
Yes.
You think you can convince him otherwise, or do you just anticipate that this will lead to conflict?
Strength is the only thing that he respects, and if he doesn't respect my resolve to stand against him with my words, then I will beat respect into him.
I see.
She smiles a little.
Rev will nod again.
I don't look forward to it. I'm going to be really torn up. And I'm not going to be okay for a long time. But that's just how it's going to be.
Well, we're with you every step of the way, and as you said, this finding these things out is the most important thing. We'll take it from there.
Yes. And if those shadow creatures come back for you and try to hurt you again, I will grind them into dust beneath my feet.
He nods again.
We just have to.
We will. In time.
Six gets quiet and thoughtful after that.
It certainly sounds as if Six goes quiet, Rev doesn't know what to say, and you let the watch go by without issue.
Yep.
Now, You both rolled not great on perception, but I have good news. Nothing happened during your watch.
Woo.
Navali, after your
Hmm.
terrible, terrible day, you're woken up for third watch.
And roll perception.
You and Karato.
Could I
Let's
give
go.
Karuto advantage?
Could.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Perception. Boop.
17's
Wow,
pretty
those are
good.
some great rolls. It's a good thing I'm skilled.
Is there any conversations you'd like to have?
Is Staluna still flying about?
Yeah, it's still the middle of the night.
If she appears lonely, Navali will sort of like usher her to her, so she can like hang out and she can pet Staluna.
Roll animal handling. She comes straight to you and seems to very much enjoy your company.
Yay!
God damn, Novelli. I guess you deserve it after today.
She needs a comfort animal right now, and Mira's gone.
Cuddle it like a teddy bear.
I guess as Navali is sort of like petting Staluna, keeping her company, cheering her up a little, she'll turn to Karuto. Karuto, I don't think I've asked you this yet, but how are you holding up?
Character seems slightly taken aback by such a question, and actually takes a moment to even think of a reply. I think I'm okay.
You think you're okay?
Well, when one does the work I do, you don't have much time for introspection. But I've been learning.
Guess I know the past couple of weeks have been very difficult, and I just wanted to be sure that you were okay and that I like I said, it hasn't been an easy couple of weeks for you, so I was concerned.
It is very much appreciated, Nabali. Thank you.
If you need an ear, I've got 2 of them. Unless another bird comes by and, tries to nip that.
Well, I hope the other one does not come back. They were, well, let's just say they were nearly wolves.
Oh, don't remind me of those wolves. That was embarrassing.
I look fondly upon that time as perhaps when we were learning to work better together.
I guess there is some nostalgia in remembering much more simpler enemies, but then again, we wasn't that we fought wolves and we went and fought a giant ice snake after that. Wasn't that what happened?
I remember it that way, yes. It was our first idola.
Guess we can't say that we haven't been fighting simple creatures for very long. But the wolves, I think I remember being far more fearsome than the giant ice snake.
I'm sure there is some kind of philosophical lesson in there about starving creatures.
I guess you have a point. It's strange, it seems like it was so long ago, but in truth I think it's only been a couple months.
Character has to take a moment as he's hit with meta whiplash.
It's been half a year.
It's been half a
Oh.
year. We've been through a lot in the couple of months. I can safely say that I think I have almost fought as many creatures as my mother talked about fighting to me. So
Roll
I think
history.
roll history.
You can choose to believe that is true.
Or at least the stories that she told me. Regardless, I wonder if one day we might beat her record.
Well, from what you have told me of your mother, I'm sure she would be proud.
I hmm, I hope so. Still, it's besides almost dying today and then almost dying to those wolves at the beginning, it's been fun and interesting. Do you feel like do you feel like mm, it, what's the word? Do you feel like things are different than how they used to be? Like you as person or
I started my journey in these lands knowing not a single word to how to communicate. And since then, I have found, well, a new home. I don't think I could ever say that I have not changed.
a new home? I that's a nice sentiment. Do you miss your homeland at all?
That is a complicated question. I
If
feel that if I went back there, I would not even know it.
if it makes you feel any better, I feel like you and I are in the same boat. I don't know if I would also recognize my own homeland.
I feel for much the same reasons.
Yes, unfortunately. But this idea of a new home, I I never thought of it that way, but I like it. It has a nice ring to it.
Well, of the places I have visited, Dolvaran is definitely one of the more comfortable places to be.
It's far more comfortable than sleeping on twigs and dirt in forest. No, at least most of the beds in Dolvaran are.
Karuto, while you're talking about homes and beds, you notice something move for just a split second by a tree. It looks humanoid shaped for a split second, and then you lose track of it. I am going to need you to roll perception again because it literally tied it.
God damn. Karuto freezes up for a moment, and his eyes go distant. He is listening intently.
I want you to know its second stealth roll was 21.
Ooh.
Dang.
So as you go quiet and you suddenly start paying attention and focusing, you notice that there is something that appears to be humanoid, but its body seems to be able to almost shift like the grass in the woods. It almost seems like a moving bush at times and moving grass. It's as if it's camouflaging itself. And it seems to be circling around your camp as if investigating it. It's definitely humanoid size. It's probably small. It's definitely smaller than Navali. It's probably about your size. You didn't hear any sounds of magic, any words of magical power that you know reverence and Leo have to say, but there's something supernatural about the way it's camouflaging itself that you can't help but notice. It's not quite like your own kind. It's not shape-shifting. It's just some kind of woodland camouflage.
Hmm. Nobody.
Yes.
There is something close by, trying very hard not to be seen.
Do you want me to wake the others?
I say keep your weapon close, but unless it moves aggressively, I say we leave it be.
Okay. With that, Navali is going to basically have her long sword right out in the open. Just so that it can perhaps maybe be intimidation.
Sure, could you only handle animal?
Me or nobody?
Navali.
Okay.
Navali, as you seem ready for aggression, it seems like Staluna wants to fly in a different direction. Do you want to keep her close or let her go on her own?
Navali will let Staluna fly off. I think it's probably for the better that she does.
Karuto, you notice the bat fly straight towards whatever the camouflage creature is.
Kaito tenses and grasps his bow tighter and watches like a hawk.
Navali is also keeping, if she saw that too.
Karuto could point out too. It's keeping its distance, so you can't quite hear anything. Do you want to get closer or do you want to just watch?
I'm just gonna watch. It's probably with an easy bow range, right?
I would say it's probably within 200 feet of you. I wouldn't say easy bow range, but I believe that is still in your bow range.
Oh, let me just
Wait, Featherlight Bow, I think your range is 240 at lights.
trying to find it. Well, I should have written down somewhere, but I can't actually see it.
In magic items, Featherlight Bow. That just doubles. I didn't actually write it down. So it's a long bow. I believe a long bow is 120, 300. And then doubled.
123, you said.
120/300. Like
Okay,
long range is
so
300.
I have.
No, hold on. I'm going to correct myself. Longbow, 150/600. Your featherlight bow is 300/1200.
Jeez.
And I can fire that entire range without taking disadvantage.
Yes. So I don't think anything can be in your visual range and not be shootable by your bow.
So yeah, it's within easy bow range.
For you.
Did Karuto mention that it's circling the camp?
It was, but it stopped when the bat came towards it.
He didn't mention it, but you'd probably be able to tell by the way his head is moving slowly as he's tracking something, and it's obviously like moving around.
Skern, if Navali following Karuto's like sight when it is circling, can she attempt if she can get a sense of like how close it is to her to do a divine sense?
I believe divine sense is a 30 range.
60.
60? You'd have to definitely get closer. But are you going to get closer?
I don't think so. I was thinking like if it was attempting to circle around again, she'd like if she can hear it, she'd try to divine
It's
sense it.
keeping at least 120 feet.
Gotcha.
That being said, you could always just try and go closer.
I think Navali is going to just like hang back and just keep an eye on it for where also Karuto is looking.
Okay. As you both keep an eye on it, a minute goes by, and then your bat flies out and goes right back to you.
Does Staluna seem any different?
Roll insight or animal handling.
I mean,
I'll allow Kara to do that too because I'm sure Karato is concerned.
I will try animal handling again because I don't have a plus in insight. Well, yeah.
It's a bat. Karato, she's fine.
Character visibly relaxes.
Navali will just go back to petting Staluna.
Does the creature retreat?
No.
Um. Hmm.
Character stares right at it and just sits there watching.
Stern, I'm going to do this in a way that Navali isn't directly looking at Staluna. She is going to divine sense, but it's still going to be with the idea that it's in the 60-foot range, but she's going to like make it look as if she's looking towards the creature that is supposedly in there.
So you would have to get closer, but you're essentially
No, she's gonna, as in like she's sitting there. She's
okay.
gonna divine sense, not looking at Staluna, but Staluna is still in her range.
Oh, you're basically checking to see if there's any stench of
Yes.
undead on Staluna.
Yes.
You do not sense a undead, celestial, or fiend.
Okay. Navali also visibly relaxes and continues to pet Staluna.
Karato, as you are staring directly at this camouflage creature, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
You do
Oh,
get
no.
a +2 to this, but that's only a 9.
Yeah.
Karato, you feel yourself visibly relax as suddenly you think that whatever is coming towards you is friendly.
Cool. Character doesn't do anything. Still watching it.
Navali,
Mm-hmm.
you can see Karato physically relax as you're pretty sure a bush is coming straight towards you.
Navali is going to like see that Karuto is visibly relaxed, even though there is obviously something that if she can see, then Karuto's not freaked out about it. She's gonna go that something's wrong. She's gonna like try to like she's gonna grab his shoulder and shake him and like, hey, what is that? There's something coming towards us.
It is what has been waiting out there.
I'm waking the others up.
Karato, you feel like you should stop Navali.
Maybe not the best idea. Like I said, it does not seem aggressive.
If it's coming towards us, then I think it's aggressive.
But it has not attacked. It is not rushing.
Why would we risk it?
It might be scared off if you work with the others.
Isn't that what we want?
I must admit I am curious as to what it wants. Besides, they are nearby. It will not be a threat if...
Can I roll an insight?
You may.
Since I noticed that there is something obviously weird about Karuto, can I get advantage on it, or...?
I'll allow it. You've
Yeah.
dealt with charm effects before.
Ooh.
You can definitely tell that he's being a little too friendly towards
Mhm.
this creature. You've also seen Karuto be very willing to just shoot first and ask questions later, which this seems out of character as it is clearly approaching. That being stated, with an 18, I will also point out if this is hostile and a charm effect, it's not ordering Karuto to attack you, and you notice that.
Okay. Can I hear to how close it is?
It's walking straight towards you. It's between 90 feet at the moment, and if you wait a few more seconds, it'll get within 60.
I will wait as soon as it gets to 60.
Out of the corner of your eye, you notice from your dark vision, almost like a gray moving grass seems to be moving towards you. It gets within 60. Do you divine sense?
I do.
It is not a celestial fiend or undead.
Hmm. And it's still coming towards us.
It seems to be walking towards Karuto.
Karuto, I don't feel safe with it. I am waking somebody, at least. And Navali's gonna go wake up... Ooh. Who's the closest to them? Out of curiosity.
Leo.
She will get Leo up first.
Huh?
There is something there. Karuto is unnormally relaxed about it. I just wanted some extra eyes. Please.
Leo, like, I don't know how close we are, but I feel like Leo's instinct might be to, like, kick whoever's right next to him, too. But he would look in that direction and grab his gladius.
I'm going to say, simply because I partially randomized this and partially because it makes sense, no one actually wants to sleep next to Leo.
Well, that's just great.
Leo, go by Karuto's side. I'm going to try to wake up the others quietly.
What is Karuto's like? Is Karuto out of character? I know that Karuto's preventing her from waking people, but is he reacting now in a new way?
So, for Karuto's sake, you felt like you should try and stop her, but you never felt any reason to be aggressive about it. And when she was very insistent, you did not feel an effort to actually physically stop her.
All right.
Oh,
well,
he's just watching, I guess. Watching the creature.
All right. Well, Leo grabs what is immediately available, like his jacket and his sword, and heads over to Karuto.
Navali will wake up the next person if she can.
Before you're able to wake up another person, Navali, it gets closer to Karuto. And as Leo, you're approaching, all of you have dark vision, so this isn't hard. You can see the bush seem to move, and a humanoid hand seem to stick out, and a finger seem to gently go forward. And
I would try to stop it from gripping Karuto if it's about to.
it looks like it just pokes him.
I would still stop that. I would just sort of like grab the forearm and say, loud enough, not in a shout and not in like an aggressive tone, but sort of like Leo grabs the forearm and says, something we can help you with?
And as you actually roll me athletics, this is a grapple. As you reach for the arm, actually, you know what? Hold on. I can actually just roll back. It's fine. I'm not going to show you the modifiers because you don't know what this is. Don't need to.
You sure it doesn't have like a -8 or something?
I don't think that's possible. Its hand immediately streaks away from you, and you hear a voice. I simply wish to have a conversation with him. Please stop. And we'll end here and deal with the situation next week.
You tease!
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
We're also at time.
Oh, man. Absolutely hooked.
scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting stuff.
Indeed. Also, I really liked Karuto's roleplay while he was charmed, because
That was
like
so good.
he was definitely advocating for the creature, but still very in character.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
I believe we're all good for next week, correct?
Yes.
Roger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the week after that, I believe we are not.
I am not. Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Yep,
So-
all good.
If we're good for next week, you'll get to see what this creature is next week, and clearly nothing bad will happen.
Oh no.
Wow.
I would like it noted, those who need a long rest to replace your spells, they're not back yet.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
but I got my health.
I also want to note it, in this game, I rolled 3 separate ones on a D100.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
I'm very excited.
Oh damn.
I'm going to cut the stream. Thanks for coming, everybody.
I hope everyone had a good time.